D-Day is upon us. That means, can we avoid relegation in our first season in the Premier League? We are playing as HEMEL HEMPSTEAD in our Unknown to Icon series. Are we going to survive? Well, let's go watch some highlights and find out. Our first game of January, we go up against Brighton at home. And we get the first goal in the 40th minute. What a goal by Callaghan. But in for 72 minutes, Brighton gets penalty and Ferguson gets the equaliser. And that's how the game ends. 1-1. The next game after Brighton, we play against Gateshead in the FA Cup third round and we win 4-1. Then we play away against Crystal Palace in the Premier League and we beat them 2-0. Now that was a bit of a shocker result for us, but much needed 3 points. We then play Southampton away, so 3 away games in a row and we lose 3-2. Really tight game. Shame that we couldn't get a point there, but it was always going to be tough. Then we play in for FA Cup fourth round. We play Hull at home and we win 1-0. Playing majority of the team was our B team, our backup, our reserve team, or whatever one you want to call it. So then they go against Aston Villa at home in the game after. Nice and fresh, but we lose 2-0. I was quite surprised with that. I thought we could get at least a point or a cheeky victory. But then we play Bournemouth away and we beat them 4-2. Now, I didn't show you any highlights because the key games are obviously going to be at the end of the season. So I'm probably going to pick out one per month until we get to the squeaky bum time of survival, because I didn't want to ruin anything, but that's what's going to happen. Inconsistency, as you can see so far in January, we won 4 and we lost 2, but obviously only 2 of those wins was in the league. Then we start the month of February against Wolves at home and we lose 3-2. So bringing in that experienced defender, as I was saying in the last video for our transfers, hasn't quite worked. We are shipping in goals left, right and centre. I think I need to bring in a top quality goalkeeper. How are we going to do that? I have no idea. Hopefully, and fingers crossed, we survive this season. For the next season, our reputation can grow just a little bit more to become an established Premier team. But then we can bring in maybe not a world class, but a good or great Premier League goalie, because it's needed. We then play Liverpool away. That was always going to be a tough one. We lose 4-1. And then straight after that, we go up against Man United and we are playing them at home. And that is the match highlight of February that I'm going to show you. Playing for 57th minute in the second half. So a fun-filled first half it was. We get a goal and we go 1-0 ahead. And then in the 59th minute, a couple of minutes later, we go 2-0 ahead. And that's how it finishes. We beat Man United at home 2-0. Fantastic stuff. And I don't do this much now. I used to do it all the time. Quickly go through for match stats. Did we deserve the win? I think so. I think we narrowly deserved it, just for the fact that we've got the XG. Yeah, fair enough. We had less shots, but we had the same on target. Less possession, but you're never going to hold possession with our team against a team like Man United. It's very even on for high intensity sprints, but we did have the better play with average ratings. And this is how my team is looking like at the moment. I am experimenting with tactics, pushing back our wingers, maybe because we're playing so attacking down the wing. What I am trying to do is condense that a bit, still get our width down for the wings because that's the way that we like to play, but condense it a little bit to show that more support, because I found that majority of our goals that we concede is coming in through the wings and into centre play. There's just no support there. I think our defensive midfielders have gone one defensive and one support. They both were support before, and obviously Harris has dropped back as well. But then again, this is probably how the tactic ended, so I probably want to go more conservative anyway to hold out that 2-0 victory. So we are experimenting. Unfortunately, it is squeaky bum when you aren't getting the results. I was holding off. I was holding that this great tactic of ours is going to do the job. But I'm now experimenting. I use it as my core, but I'm experimenting to see if we just need to play a bit more conservative, because we do play very attacking of our shape, of our player roles, and we play hard as well. So maybe we just need to be conservative, play hard. Who knows if that will work? If we survive, it means it has worked. Maybe we will take that into the new season. Continuing on with the games in February, we play Man City in for FA Cup 5th round away. So playing at HEMPSTEAD, it was always going to be a tough challenge, and we lose 1-0. Very close game. Well, I think they battered us on chances, but we did survive until the 90th minute. So you just never know. We could have got that lucky break and got that lucky goal, but it wasn't to be. And then last game in February, we play Burnley away and we get another vital point. So again, 1 win, 1 draw and 2 losses in the league, not showing much consistency. In the month of March, there's only 2 games, and one of them is that we play against Brentford. We got early man sent off and they go ahead early on as well in the first half. It's 1-0, man sent off. It's not going to look good, but Roberts brings one back in, and then straight after the break, Brentford get a penalty. No, actually, they get 2 penalties because in the 77th minute, they get the second penalty. They score both of them, and it ends up being 3-1. Tom Callaghan getting sent off in the 8th minute did us no favours. This is not the type of thing that you need when you're facing a relegation battle. And then for the other game in the month of March, we played Leeds away and we lost 1-0. So that's another 2 losses for us. In April, we have 5 games to play. This is where it's now vital for us to pick up as many points as possible to ensure survival. We are going to be playing against Ipswich, Newcastle, Man City, Chelsea and Arsenal. Now, Newcastle, Man City, Chelsea and Arsenal, that is pretty much your top 5 in the league currently, with the exception of Liverpool, but we played Liverpool in February and we lost to them 4-1. So I'm not looking forward to those games at all. Let's jump to Ipswich, where it is probably the only game in the month is vital for us to pick up some points. Can we do that? So 6th minute in the first half, lovely ball to Oscar. He finds it through, miss out Barthel, but gets to Bashir, our non-league player. Remember him? He gets us a vital goal. And then in 41st minute, Roberts with a lovely top corner curler. Barthel follows up in 68th minute with a penalty. That means we are winning 3-0. 74th minute. Rodriguez Gentel to Oscar. Oscar finds it off the post. That is 4-0. Wow, where has this performance come from? It's not finished there because Ledward's down for left. Finds it across to Harris, and Harris, our backup cam, finds the 5th goal. We win 5-0. Wow. That was unexpected considering how we've been performing before, but 3 points, much needed. So with the joys and celebration of a 5-0 victory against Ipswich, unfortunately for the month of April, we do not continue that. It goes downhill very fast with a loss against Newcastle at home, 1-0. And then we play at for Etihad like we did in the FA Cup, expecting a loss, but actually we got a draw, vital 1 point there. Amazing, 1-1. Then we go into our last 5 games of the season, and this is how it is looking like so far. We are currently 17th in the table, 33 games. We've only won 8. That means we are on 30 points. We are 3 points ahead of Crystal Palace, who are our team in for relegation chasing us, but we also have Fulham who can catch up with us, and if we really do bad, Burnley can also catch up with us, but they are really on bad form with 5 losses in the last 5. Looking at the fixtures of our other opponents, so I probably would just concentrate on Crystal Palace versus us. So they've got Liverpool and we've got Chelsea, so probably gonna both lose that. Then Palace has Man United. We have Arsenal, probably both going to lose that. Then Palace is playing Burnley and we've got Fulham. Big game. I would expect both of us to win that. Oh no, actually they're away against Burnley. So come on Burnley, we need a result there. Maybe a draw, or that would be amazing if they can lose and we can beat Fulham. That's another 3 points. So that's 6 points ahead. and then they're playing Brentford. We're playing Tottenham. Tottenham's not doing too well, so maybe we could scrape a point, but we are away, so I'm going to say that's a loss, whereas they might scrape a point playing against Brentford at their home. So that brings it down to 5 points. And then last game of the season, they've got Leeds 15th and we've got Stoke 16th. I think Leeds, I think they're going to lose that, if I'm honest. Maybe a draw. Let's say it's a draw, worst case scenario, right? That brings it down to 4 points. But us against Stoke, I would pretty much think we should win that with being at home. So that's another 3 points. So that means we will finish off 7 points ahead of Crystal Palace if my prediction goes well. Well, should we go find out if it did and see if we survived? Well, for the last 5, our first game is against Chelsea at home. And as predicted, we lose. We lose 4-1. And the only goal that we got in that game was an own goal from Chelsea. Thank you very much, Piero Hincapié. Unfortunately, there's not many players I know. Obviously, we've gone 10 years now. 10 years ahead from FM24. We are now in FM34. Our next game is against Arsenal and we are away. And guess what? We lose. As expected, 2-1. Good news is Crystal Palace is following suit. Then for game that we do expect a victory, we play against Fulham at home. Let's go see how we did. I was very nervous playing this game, but in the 16th minute, right winger, I'm not even going to say his name, passes the ball to Roberts. We go a goal ahead, and then in 39th minute, DiMaggio puts away a penalty. Good news is all these goals come really early. Oscar in for 45th minute, bounces back off goalkeeper to that right winger, and we find a victory 3-0. And for most important 3 points of all against Fulham, we are on our way to survive. 2 games left of the season to play. It's all for us to play for, right? We are the ones at hand here, and we go to Tottenham and we lose 4-2. Unfortunately, Crystal Palace got a result in their fixture, meaning it goes down to the last game of the season. We don't have to win. We just need them to lose. If we lose, they lose, we stay up. If we draw and they lose, we stay up, and so forth. You can understand that, right? We have the points advantage. They need to win and we need to lose, and we are down. That's it. But on another note, this game is another important historic factor. It is an end of an era for the Focus Community Arena. We say goodbye to our stadium of many, many years. I don't even know, is there a date when it got built? No date there, but it was only 5,991. We are going to be next season moving into our new community stadium for HEMEL Community Stadium of 16,999, which is much needed because that's going to bring us more season ticket sales and more just general ticket admission anyway. And more fans we bring into the ground, more merchandise we can sell as well. Funny thing is, the season, as probably expected, with the size of our stadium, we have had our average attendance of 5,991. So every single game has been a sellout. But we did have the worst average attendance as well in the Premier Division at the moment. And maybe next year, that's going to all change. We go into the last game of the season as a highlight. Are we going to do it? Can we get survival? Let's go find out. First highlight, jump straight to the 80th minute. Stokes got the ball. They whack it from outside the box. They get a goal and they upset our day. Our end of the era of our old stadium has ended with a loss. Has it made us relegated in our first season in the Premier League? Well, if you want to find out, you know what you need to do. Hit that subscribe button so you can follow our journey. And if you've liked this video, hit that like button and I'll catch you on the next one.